Hey there, are we here? Let's see. Y'all come on in. Let me know if you're here. Happy Friday. I'm looking for my glasses. Here they are. I have to have these reading glasses to be able to read. Now I can see you. All right, y'all come in. Let's make sure that it really is working. I feel like there's been stuff constantly lately. Like, I think it's done an update since I was on here earlier. I don't know why or how this happens. Hey, y'all. Okay, y'all are making me feel better that because I'm not seeing it on my end, but that means y'all can see, so I must be here. Yeah, it's like it did an update in that short time period. Okay, y'all tell me how you're doing. Tell me how you're doing. Everything looks different on my phone. What is the deal? Not gonna stress. Not gonna stress over it, but it definitely looks different. Okay, I see it now. Okay, let me get us shared over to our Creative Hearts, and I'm gonna go ahead and share over to our Christmas group, and we're gonna get started because I have some fun stuff to tell you. Okay, welcome everybody. Welcome. All right, I thought I had this turned off. Let's see. Okay. Welcome. Y'all come in. We have so much going on today, and I want to give you a glimpse of what we're working on and share the good news. So, one thing is they called me from the printer yesterday, and our calendars and planners are ready. So, I went and picked them up late yesterday afternoon, and I wanted to show it to you. I'm so excited about it. I'm so excited about it. I know a lot of y'all already placed your order, and I just want to say thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And we will be able to start shipping these. We're still waiting for something that we ordered, I don't know, weeks ago to go in here. So we're hoping that that's going to get here, but we're about to start shipping, y'all. So this is, these are printed locally. And our theme for 2026 is follow him. And so this calendar is like our roadmap, kind of, so to speak, for 2026. And it's got artwork. Every month has a different art design, and there's perforation on there. And once you cut that, it makes a 6x6 print is basically what I'm trying to say. So, yeah, I'm really excited. So this is a tool to help you surround yourself with truth. And every year at the beginning of the year, we have a theme, and I include that theme in the calendar. And this current year, 2025, the theme is draw near and no, abide. Last year was draw near. Last year we did draw near. This year is abide, which means to stay there, stay there, stay there with him. Oh, I see Diane is working on her classy beach fireplace. I can't wait to see it. I'm so excited to see it, Diane. I'm sure it's beautiful. Beautiful. So if you're just joining, we got the calendars are here. So we'll be sending those out to you soon. And this is like our roadmap for 2026. We'll be focused on following him. And what we've done is I've created the artwork, and then the verses that we're using are the red letter verses. So they're the words of Jesus. And the sweet thing about how all of this comes together, and I'm not sure what they're barking about, but it's like a magnet. Maybe it's the mailman. I may have to yell at him, y'all. Just tune them out, Pam. Just tune them out. So the first year was to draw near to him. And when we draw near, we learn more about someone, anyone, and we can hear them better. This year, we focused on the word abide, to camp out there, to stay there. And it's when we do that that we really get to know someone. I'm trying to ignore them. 2026 is follow him. And something that's so sweet to me to think about, it's that not only did Jesus say, follow me, he also gave instructions. And so when I was working on this, getting the verses, getting the artwork together, I had a Bible that I had purchased at an estate sale, or maybe this particular Bible was given to me. I think it was. And just to sit down, and I don't know if you've ever done this before, but just to read the red letter verses, it was so, I don't know, it was like comforting of seeing his instructions. They're clear and they're caring and they're full of grace. And that's what we're going to focus on next year. So I just wanted y'all to know it's here. It's wonderful quality. This is from a local printer. They do these for us. The planner is here. And so the planner is like going a little bit deeper. And we've got places in here for you to put your appointments and things like that. But we also have one of my favorite things is a brain dump. Whenever I start feeling overwhelmed, overloaded, I can do a brain dump and just unload all of those things that are clogging up my mind. And then the next step is, Lord, help me, show me where to focus. Help me know where to focus. We only have two eyes, so we can only focus in that one place, and he can direct our steps. And then there's a place for you to jot it down. And then we've got the name of Jesus. Well, this year we're doing the name of God. Next year we're doing the names of Jesus. So we're intertwining all of that so that we can saturate ourselves with the words of Jesus, the names of Jesus, to know him better and to follow him closer. Hey, Susan, I'm glad to see you and Johnette coming in, and Bobby. So if you have not ordered, and I did order a few extras, so if you've not ordered and want to place your order, I've got the link for it in the description, but let me just grab it here and go ahead and put it here as well, especially if somebody's watching on the replay. These make wonderful gifts too. It's really good quality paper. So I'm excited. That's a big check mark to have these finally in our hands. Okay, so let me move that so don't get paint on it. The other big thing that we're prepping for is Monday. The Home for Christmas workshop starts. And thank y'all for those of you who have already signed up. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm doing this one a little bit differently. I'm going to put this in the comments also. Thank you for ordering one, Sandy. I've actually used two planners at once before because I'll use one for spiritual things, you know, like scriptures and prayers and things like that, and the other one for appointments. But we've sent off big batches of kits. So if you ordered a kit for us, it should be on the way. We're working on another big batch to send out. And I walked down there and I saw these and thought, these are so pretty. Look how pretty that even the packaging is. This is a big kit. This is a big one. So we're doing 4 ornaments, and there's bling. I think there's 6 different bags of bling. There's snow in there, and green and gold and red. And then this is the blend I'm calling the fire, because this is, you can use it on the Christmas tree, but it also works well in the fireplace on the flames. Then there's ribbon and fabric in here. It's just a lot. So it was so pretty. And I said, I want to take this up there and let everybody see it because just the packaging is pretty. So this is the studio stash for the ornaments. So just to recap, it's 4 different ornaments. I thought I had them. I thought I had them right here. It's 4 different ornaments. And here's how I'm doing it different. So on Monday, the 17th, if you registered for the workshop, and I put the link, it's in the comments, it's also in the description, you will receive access to our Creative Hub where we are housing the tutorials. So I've already recorded, I just finished up the recordings of the painting tutorial for all 4. What's different about that is normally we release 1 a day, but this time I want to go ahead and release them, the painting tutorial part, on Monday. Then Monday night, we'll have our Zoom gathering, and that's where I'll start showing you the additional parts of how to finish it out, how to do the bling, the bows. And then on Tuesday night, I'm going to show you how you can personalize them. You can make them custom if you want to make extras and give them as a gift. So we'll have Zoom on Monday night at 6 Central, and that's where I'll show you how to start doing the finishing details. Tuesday night, 6 Central, that's where I'll show you how you can personalize your ornaments and use them for custom gifts if you wanted to do that. And then Thursday night, we'll skip Wednesday. Thursday night at 6, we'll do the bling and bows. That's what we'll do on those nights. I want to encourage you to come to the Zooms, even if your camera is off, because I've got giveaways that we'll do each night. The Zooms are so valuable. I just want you to know that because they're valuable for me because I get to see you instead of just seeing your names pop up. I get to see you and I get to hear your voices, and it's just special to me. So let's see, Marla's got a yes, they will be, Marla. So that's a good question. If you're not able to come to the Zooms, it's okay. They're recorded and they will be in the hub. So if you purchase a kit, you're going to get access to the replays, all the things for the lifetime of us having the business course. I'm always hesitant to say lifetime because it's not like eternally lifetime, but you know what I mean. Then if you only sign up for the workshop, you'll have access to everything through December 31st because I want to encourage you to finish. I want you to finish the projects. And we've got a Facebook group, and I'm going to be there in that group, encouraging you, helping you, and encouraging you to finish. And I'm giving you lots of tips because I have lots of years of experience of getting things done, creative projects done, because for so many years, I sold my artwork across the Southeast at shows, and I learned how to be efficient and effective in making things. So I'm glad you signed up for all the things, Marla. I'm excited for us to get to create together. So it'll be 6 p.m. Central Time, Monday the 17th, and then Tuesday, 6 p.m., and then Thursday at 6 p.m. And the replays will be available. Don't forget, if you don't like for your face to show, or if you want to be, I don't know, washing dishes or something like that, there's a way on Zoom, you choose video off. And that way we don't see you. You can still see us. You can still hear us. But that way you can still at least be there. Hi, Karen. All right. Does anybody have any questions at all about this upcoming workshop, the Welcome Home? I recognize so many of your names have signed up for it, and I'm just so thankful. I'm super excited about it. Let's see if I'm missing any. Well, I'm gonna be using it myself, Johnette, to try and help me get my life in order as well. It really does help to have some sort of organized place to write things down. And the biggest thing for me is to prioritize things. This morning, we have a lot going on because they're trying to finish up another batch of kits and get them shipped out and just trying to prioritize. And so you can just take that brain dump, unload it, and then offer it up to the Lord. Help me know where to start. And y'all, He does. He will show you. He will show you. Um, awesome. Sherry's is supposed to get here Monday. That's okay. You can go ahead. So that's a good, so Sherry's not going to get her kit until Monday. Some of you might have just ordered your kit. So let me tell you this, because this applies to really anything creatively. So, and you're going to hear me say this a good bit throughout the workshop, but I want to encourage you to designate a space that you can put a plastic tablecloth on it. You could just have a little workspace that's designated to do your ornaments. Even if it's a TV tray, even if it's a card table, just whatever it is, and just have it so that you can get to your supplies. And I'll be talking to you about different ways that you can do your ornaments that kind of help you be a little bit more efficient with it. But the big thing, y'all, is to set aside some time for yourself. And even if you, I mean, you could be really special and wear Christmas pajamas and have Christmas music going and have hot chocolate and just make it a special experience for yourself. I just want to encourage y'all to do that because I think it would help fuel you for all the upcoming holidays and things like that that are, coming upon us. Let's see. Laurie, I'm excited you're excited. Let's see. Patricia West, please explain register for all. What exactly is all? I'm not sure, Patricia. Where did you see that? That might help me know. Register for all. I'm not sure. Tell me where you saw it, and let's see if we can figure it out. Let's see. Melanie said, may have to watch the replay. My kit has shipped, but not sure I'll get it. And that's fine. You're going to receive all of your tutorials. You'll have access to them beginning on Monday. And we don't house them in Facebook. We'll house them in our creative hub where our lessons are, and then you can get to. Ambiance, yes. Just make it special. Make it special. Let's see. You have been speaking about it. Marla said all. Let's see. Sandy. All right, I'm trying to see. Okay, so Pat, here there's two options with, maybe this is what you're talking about, I bet. So you can sign up for just the workshop, and it's $15 unless you're a member, and our CHS members get free access to the workshop. You could also sign up for the combo, which is the workshop plus the kit. So I think maybe Marla might have said she signed up for all of it. So that's the two options. And just so you know, I think this might be helpful for some of y'all. So this is what the paint dots look like. And these are included in the kit. So when we did this, I said, "We're gonna need a little extra paint on these because we're doing 4 ornaments front and back." So, there's a little bit extra paint, like, a little bit more extra paint than I anticipated on here. So, this is artist grade paint, so that means that it's vivid, it's intense colors, and a little bit goes a long way. And in the tutorials, I'm giving you tips all throughout the tutorials. And one of the tips is using a saucer to help you pull some of the paint off, water it down a little bit, and it makes it go further. So just so you know, if you ordered the kit, you probably have enough paint to do 2 sets. And if you want to do more, we put together some options of you could buy additional wood pieces so that you could do more. Oh, yeah, anytime. Always ask because I feel like sometimes I'm saying the same thing over and over, but that's not always true. Sometimes I'm not saying I'm missing little parts. So I love that, Bobby. So Bobby's got hers set up for gel plates, and my area right here is set up for gel plates. And I was going to show y'all something that I found that I'm super excited about before we get off. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. So let's go with Sandy's word, ambiance, and get your Christmas pajamas and something warm to drink and get your Christmas music going on. And we're just have fun together. Um, what was the other? There was one other important thing I wanted to tell y'all, but I don't remember what it is now. It was something about the workshop. I don't remember, but if I think of it, I'll come back to it. Okay, so I told you about the calendar, I told you about the planner. We're gearing up for the workshop. Even if your kit is not there yet when the workshop starts, that's okay. Just watch. And you'll see that because I'm going to keep that Facebook group open through the end of the year, it's going to be like kind of like our little creative craft room for Christmas. Um, you're going to see people coming in at different times. And I did that on purpose because I just wanted to try doing it different this year so that you don't feel like you're running behind. It's kind of like an open room. And while you're working on stuff, if you need help with it, you can ask for help. And I'm going to be checking in on that group to be able to help y'all. Okay, so let's see. Oh, Sherry, you don't have the gel plate. Do you think it just fell off? I was planning to do the gel plate lessons today. I just discovered I must not have made it home with the gel plate. Um, let's see, Brenda, I was going to order extra wood pieces and wanted the variety. Is that one, wait, is it the one that is single? The variety, yes. All right, hang on, let me. So it'll look similar to this. So if you want the variety set, we've got them like this on the website. Is that what you mean? And if you're not sure, feel free to send an email also, and we'll get Adrienne to help you with it. Good. Well, you're in good company because I'm constantly losing stuff. Constantly. We were talking about this a few minutes ago down there of like, how do I lose stuff so quickly? And then the more I look for it, it's like the harder it is for me to find it. So if y'all don't have any other questions, and Marla, did you see the time? It's 6 p.m. Central. 6 p.m. Central. And anytime, y'all, that you want to come to Zoom, I feel like I don't say this enough. If you want to come just be with us, but you don't wanna have your camera on, you can choose on Zoom at the bottom in the left-hand corner. It doesn't make sense why they named it this, but it says video. If you do the little arrow, you can choose video off, and what that means is we can't see you. You can see us, you can hear us, but we can't see you. So that's always an option. When ordering, the first is single, but the picture is showing all of the same shapes. Y'all hang on just a second. Let me look at this because I do believe okay. Let me ask about that because there's supposed to be Alright, hold on just a moment, y'all, because I want us to figure this out. And there's supposed to be a variety. Single cutouts. Okay, yeah. Okay, I see it. So, all right, let me see if it'll let me share my screen. I'm glad you asked this. Let's see. All right, so here's what Brenda's talking about, y'all, and I want to show you because all right, let's see if y'all see that. Do y'all see this? Well, how am I going to know if you see it? Okay, I feel like my brain is in slow motion. Because if I'm seeing it, then I can't see your comments. So, do you see how right here this says single, one of each? The picture does not change. I think that's what, yeah, and somehow I missed taking that picture. So that's a good catch, Brenda. So if you choose single, that's one of each size, each shape. And then if you come down here to the description, it says single cutouts, 4 wood cutouts, 1 house, 1 circle, 1 square, 1 rectangle. And then the multiple cutouts include 8, and you can choose your shape. Okay, does that help? I'm glad you asked that because I didn't realize. Yeah, single. So, so if you're late, if you're just now joining, y'all, if you want to get extra wood pieces, we have them. I ordered extra from our woodman, and Mr. T put a little extra paint on here. So you have enough paint that you could do 2 sets. But can I just talk you through how you could do that? When you get your kit, you've got this, and then we've already printed the design out for you, and it's on heavyweight cardstock. So what you would need to do, I know this sounds simple, but I want to say it. You would need to use your printer, make a copy, and if your printer will print onto watercolor paper, use that, but get the heaviest weight paper you can use. And I go into a lot of detail about the different types of paper to help inform you what to use. But so just know that we've got the extra options. And on Tuesday night, I'm going to show you how you can personalize these because I think you might want to do that. Like on the house, I'll show you how you can personalize the door. You could do it with a name, a year, You could do it above the door. I used to do this all the years that we did shows. I would personalize the print. So I'm going to show you how to do that on Tuesday night, okay? Yeah. Yeah, I think that don't be surprised as you start watching, you'll understand better, and we're gonna try and keep these in stock so that if you make it, I think you're gonna love it. I think I've got it designed so that it's easy for you to paint it, and I'm gonna be teaching you how you can customize some of the parts of it, and I really think that you can use these as gifts, and people are gonna be like, "You made that?" "Yes, I made that." So, which is gonna be fun, okay? All right, so I think does anybody have any other questions about the, workshop? Make sure I didn't miss anything. Yes, it is small. So, yeah, thank you for that was a great question. And I think the part that was confusing is because you don't see the picture of the one of each. So, okay. So this month in Creative Heart Studio, we've been focused on gel plate printing or mono printing. And we started this at our retreat in October. That's one of the big projects that we did. And so we've been making papers this month for the purpose of making things with them, with those pages in December and in the upcoming months. So, when we had, let me think a second. Let me think the order. So last Friday, I did some gel plate. I'm looking for the print because I love the way it turned out. And I don't see it. Doggone it. So the way this works is, let me see how to say this as a summary because I like to recap things. So with the gel plate, you should have, for Creative Hearts members and the retreat members, we put together a booklet that's got like a cheat sheet kind of sort of thing of ideas, different ways to do it. A lot of your results are determined by how long you leave the paper down, what materials you use. That's usually what helps determine the results. But you know what? That's pretty much a general overall with anything creative is understanding how to manage your expectations. I think that's what I'm trying to stumble around and say. So I've been experimenting with them. I've left my little table set up. So every time I get a few minutes, I'll come over here and do some more stuff. So Tuesday night, when we had our Creative Hearts Zoom, we were doing some more of the gel plate. And we also saw Diane's beautiful fireplace that she's been painting. And one of the benefits of our Zooms with CHS is if you're painting something else, you can bring it and get feedback. Yes, Marla, the tutorials are going to be in, what month is this? November. It's going to be in the November mixed media lessons. That's where you'll find the tutorial. This is the one that I did at the end of our Tuesday night Zoom. And so I saw, let me see if I can say this in a way that's not confusing. So I saw a tutorial, and there's so many tutorials online for gel plate printing, lots and lots of them. So I saw this lady doing one that I'd never seen somebody use that much paint on there before, but the results were really, really pretty. So I shared that video with our group, and then I tried it myself. But the deal is when you're using a good bit of paint and you want to get a complete full pull, P-U-L-L, you have to let it dry. It needs to really dry so it gets a good pull. But look what I did. So I wanted to see if I could show y'all today during our time together, but look at that texture And part of this is I had some leftover alcohol ink on my gel plate. It's got, what do you call them? Tempera sticks. I've got pastels in there. I did this one during the Facebook Live. I mean, not Facebook Live, during our Zoom on Tuesday night. But then this is what I put down to try and get the rest of the stuff up. So I loved the way that looks. So I tried another one. And y'all look at this. Isn't that beautiful? And it's not a lot of paint. So I'm experimenting with these to make ornaments. I found, please tell me they're not buried. I had it out so that I could show y'all. Oh, I hate when I do that. It's little wooden trees from Hobby Lobby, little bitty tags. And I'm going to experiment with covering those little wooden pieces with my gel prints to make ornaments. This side turned out really pretty too. We were making stencils. I was showing them how you can cut out your own little stencils out of cardstock. And the more you use it, the more coated it gets with paint. And then you could even use this for something because it's pretty sturdy by the time you put several coats of paint on it. So what I wanted to do in this little bit of time we have left, because I know a lot of you are still trying to try it. This one, this is on tissue paper, like tissue paper you put in Gap. Are they the white streaky ones? Yes, Marla, yes. And they're on this table, and they are buried. They are buried. I also bought a pack of these acrylic ones too to experiment with. But as soon as I get my sample, I'll be showing y'all, because in December in Creative Hearts, we're going to be doing resin. I'll be showing y'all resin in December. So let me show you. It's just fascinating. Can you see that? It's like texture in there. Okay, so let me see if I can turn this around. And you won't be able to see the end result for it, y'all, because it has to dry. But what I'll do is I'm going to put the paint down. We're going to do the technique. And then once it dries, then I'm going to put I'll take a picture or may do a video. I'm going to show you what it looks like, because I think you're going to want to do it. And just know, if you're new to using the jelly plate, there's so many ways to do it. So many ways, and it can feel overwhelming. I personally like just sticking with a few colors, and I'll try a new technique, and I just do that technique over and over until I kind of get it. Okay, so let's see. So this is my gel plate, and this is what's left over from me doing this tissue paper. Like, you can wrap gifts in this. There's going to be a lot we can do with this. So I used this little comb to do those little streaks, but let me show you what I did. I have heard that with the tissue paper, you have to do a quick pull. Like, you can't let it dry. I think the tissue is too, you need to go ahead and pull it up. So let's do this. I'll do another tissue pull and show you how to do that. Then I think we have enough time. I can show you how to do that heavier, this one right here. I just love it. Okay. All right. So let's do the tissue paper first. So one of the things you can do to keep from being overwhelmed with it is just decide on your colors that you want to work with. So I had used this cobalt green. It's a pretty teal color. And I used this bright green. And I just like gold. I like bright gold. So I used some of this gold. And then I also used red. Which red did I use? I think I used red ink is what I used. No, I didn't. I used red paint. I used red paint. Okay. So this is cadmium red medium. All right. So I also want to use some sort of stick. So you can use those. Let me see if I can reach them. You can use these tempera sticks. You can use them. You can also use, this is an art crayon. These are different from the Neo colors because these are creamy. These are like lipstick. See that? It looks like lipstick. So you're looking for something creamy that could run across your plate. So like you can draw on it like that. I think, pretty sure I got this at Hobby Lobby. Bobby, I think I found it. I don't remember where I found it, but that's the little code on it. I don't know if that helps or not. I can't remember if this was back with the clay, a texture tool for the clay. I kind of think it was. But anytime you're wanting to use a tool on your gel plate, make sure it's not sharp. It needs to be something plastic. So I'm going to do a few little red circles right here. I just love circles. So with your tissue paper, you're going to need to do a quick pull. You don't need to let it sit there a long time. Now, pay attention to this. This is, some people might look at that and think, oh, wow, that's filthy. No, this is dried paint that's going to make an amazing texture on it. This will also make a very interesting texture. It'll show up. It'll show up. You might not know exactly when, but it will show up. All right, so I'm going to take some of this green. And remember, we're going to do the tissue, so we can't let it sit there a long time. And that's probably more green than I needed. All right. So with your rolling, you want to go in one direction. You don't want to go back and forth because you'll just be picking your paint back up. And then I've got some extra paper over here that I rubbed the excess off. Then I'm going to do this turquoise color. I'm just experimenting to see what I come up with. Rub that off. This side paper can be used also later. All right, so for the red, I'm going to see if I can do something fancy with it. Okay, so I'm going to use this. I don't know why I said fancy. It's not fancy, but I'm just playing around with it. Let's see what I can do. Then I took a little bit of alcohol ink and I'm just going to drop it in a few places. And see how it's kind of spreading out. And I like that. And then let me get some gold. So let's put some gold. See how I left there's some blank space on here. Not all of this is covered. Where's my other little tool? I've also got this. This is like a little, it looks like a paintbrush, but it's rubber. So I'm going to just pull some of this like that. like that. And I think that's good. Okay, so now I'm going to take my tissue and see if I can get this placed. And I'm going to try and get it really smooth. And because I'm going to have to do a quick pull on this, then I'm going to be left with some stuff on my plate. If you want it to be a complete pull, you have to do it when it's wet. I mean, you have to let it dry completely. But I've read that, oh boy, this is really pretty. I've read that with the tissue paper. Yep, that tissue paper is trying to tear. It will tear. You have to do it quickly and carefully. Oh, wow, that's pretty. All right, let me see if I can show you. Oh, it's pretty. Let's see. See that? So I did have a tear, but I've got some empty space there and there. This is where I did the that creamy stick, the art crayon. It's creamy. It's similar to a gelato. This is that Amazon, I don't remember that. It's that cheaper art company. I don't remember what they're called. So that's that little thing. That green in the center. Let me turn that light on so you can see. That's the alcohol ink. So the alcohol ink, when it hit the acrylic paint, it just kind of separated out. So that made a neat effect. This is the combed area right in there. There's another example of what the alcohol ink did right there also. And that little area where it pulled, I don't know if it was because of the angle that I was going with it. I don't know, but I'm going to try and fill up this entire sheet of tissue paper with different Christmassy color patterns because I want to use that later. Okay, so now let me show you, let me get this back out, how to do the other one that I was talking about that's got more paint on it. All right, let's move this. Okay, so I'm going to use, what am I going to use? I might use some of that, I need something a little bit heavier. Here, this is cardstock. So I'm going to use cardstock because for this one, I want this one to dry completely. All right, so I know that this is still wet. I can tell that it's wet. And so if I were to put more paint over the top of that and, you know, run over it, it's going to smear. So let's do this. Is this too loud to y'all? I'm going to see if I can dry that just a little bit. Anybody have questions? It would be a pretty, that's a great idea, Sandy. And I think that it would make pretty for wrapping paper. I've got something I want us to do that we'll also do in December with clay, air dry clay, using some of this. So the reason that I want this layer to be dry is so that it doesn't mix whenever I put another color over the top. That's still pretty wet. Okay, let's try this. Okay, are y'all still there? All right. So I'm going to put a thicker layer on this one, and this is the one we're going to let it just sit. If you notice, this is mostly two different colors, I think. So let's just do this one again. This is that cobalt green. It's a turquoise color. Let's do it. And I know that that's not completely dry down there, so I'm going to be careful with how I rub the stuff around. All right, so I'm using this rubbery brush. And y'all, I posted the tutorial, not a tutorial, it was a video. I saw this lady doing this, something like this, and I posted it in our CHS group. So this is my version of what she was doing. And I think she even had a heavier coat than this. So when you're doing it, and because to me, the hard part is figuring out, well, what color do I want to do? But you're using your imagination that the colors underneath here are going to be separate. They're going to be, what are they going to be? They're going to be like a layer under it. So she put a lot more on hers than I've got on mine, but I think you'll still get, so see how they're going to kind of mix? She was mixing hers a little bit. And this is where you just let that little girl in you play and experiment, because it's not really a lot of paint. All right, and I want to use the gold. Okay. Does anybody have questions? We'll just see what happens. And one other thing that I want to do, I want to see if I can have some, see that right there? I'm going to cut some of this away. So that there's some transparent places on here. And I'm pulling the excess paint and I'm putting it over on a tag. You can't see it, but that's what I'm doing. And then I'm going to take this. This is plastic, so it's not going to hurt. It's not going to hurt my plate. Okay. What do y'all think? Okay, so here we go. All right, I'm going to put this down and I'll probably put something else on top of it. I'll probably do this also just to make sure it gets good, because I want all those layers to come up. I wished I had thought about it. I could have dropped some alcohol ink in those places. And this is where I pulled up the excess, some of that excess paint, and I just pulled it up onto this tag, which could become a gift tag, or it could be an ornament. It could go in your journal. Okay. What do y'all think? Anybody have questions? Let's see. All right, that's what I have for us. Pack everything in there as quick as we can, and then all right, so just to recap, when this dries, I'm going to post it and I'm going to tag y'all and say, y'all, look, this is what it turned out to be. It will be most likely tomorrow because that's a lot of paint. The cutaway looks like ribbon. Yes. What I did with the other one, Karen, is I left it overnight. I did not try and speed up the drying because I really want, you can kind of see a little bit how it's going to look, I guess. But I really wanted it to soak into that paper and get a good pull. So I'm going to leave it overnight, and I can't wait to, when I pulled this one, I was like, oh, I love the way that looks. But I think that's it. So I'm going to see if I can help them down there to see if they need any help getting more kits out. Thank y'all for ordering. I really do appreciate it. And I'm just going to tell you, I'm about to bust inside to tell you my idea with these papers, but I'm making myself wait. So if you get some free time this weekend, pull your jelly plate out and just allow yourself to play and experiment. You deserve to do that. You deserve to do that. All right, girls. Thank y'all. And you'll probably, if you signed up for the workshop, you'll be getting some emails with a list of the schedule and more information. And I'll start adding some stuff to that Facebook group too. All right. I hope y'all have a wonderful weekend. Thank you, April. I'm so glad you're here. And I'll see y'all soon. Y'all be hearing from me soon. All right. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.